This is the reason why our garden failed this year.
All right, guys, so we're here at the Amani Garden, and we're going to show you guys what's going on, okay, with it? All right, so this is the fall, y'all. This is what the garden looks like. We're just going to take you guys around the garden, kind of talk about the garden a little bit and what took place. This is our blueberry bush. This did very, very well for us, okay? We got a lot of blueberries, ate a lot off of that, but right now what we're doing is we're composting our chicken manure and some wood shavings. But as you can see, what the garden looks like. All right, and we're gonna talk to you guys about what happened with our garden this last season. As you can see, this is some spinach we planted. There's some stuff eating on it, but it's still doing okay. This is a fall weather plant. It's doing pretty good. This is our plum tree. This is a raised bed we put in. When we first started this bed, it did really well, you know, in the beginning, right? And I'm just showing you some things that's still in the garden. This is broccoli, as you can see. I don't know if you can see part of a broccoli head right there. Right, so this is some bok choy. All right, this is some lettuce that we planted. And we actually got to eat off of this hardy kale plant. And you see this is still growing. Here you have the strawberry plant. This thing is surviving through the cold. We're right now in the winter. And we had some some Brussels sprouts that were planted here. All right, some bok choy. And here is our olive tree that's surviving through the winter. All right, we have to clean this garden up and get ready for the spring growth season. But the reason why we're doing this video today is because our garden didn't do as well as we wanted it to, and we're going to explain to you why. Okay, so as I just showed you the garden and what it looks like, our garden didn't do well this year or past season. And my wife, she's an avid researcher, and there was a lot of things that we did to the garden because we didn't understand. Like, we were growing like cucumbers and stuff on this trellis, and we were growing like bush beans. I mean, not bush beans, pole beans, because they climb. A lot of those vegetables climb. And we were realizing with the cucumbers, they were like yellowing, and they were starting to turn like on the end. They were starting to curve. They were like turning like a yellow and almost like an orange, right? So we had to kind of like pay attention to the cucumbers and kind of grab them off the vine before they started doing that. And we was able to eat some of the stuff, but cucumbers, the tomatoes did okay, but we planted a lot of stuff, and they either prematurely just stopped growing. They never reached their full potential. We had squash on this side. We had zucchini, and we had yellow squash over here, and they never really made it. I mean, they flourished real well in the beginning, but then they just started dying and wilting, and we couldn't figure out why. We tried all different kind of stuff. We used kitchen scraps. I used fish emulsion. We had some rabbits. We were rabbit sitting for a couple. We used their poop. We used different things. I used brown leaves. I used grass clippings for the nitrogen, and we used for the potassium. We used I buried banana peels inside the soil and we tried so many different things, and nothing was working. So we were like stunned. We didn't know. We were talking to different people in different groups. We were talking to our neighbors. We were talking to different farmers um, in the area to find out what was going on, if they were experiencing the same thing. And they weren't. They were letting pretty much Mother Nature do its thing. I even put a drip irrigation system in here because I thought maybe it's not getting enough water or anything like that, because we would go days or maybe even a week or something like that without water. So even tried that. We were trying all these different things. And then my wife one day, she just started researching this stuff. And I'll let her tell you what she found. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, I started to watch some gardening videos because I know that last gardening season, our garden didn't do well at all, for the most part. And I came across this one lady's video. I don't remember the name of her channel, unfortunately. But she mentioned something about black walnuts. And we suspected that we had black walnut trees. So I said, okay, let me look into that, because she wanted to explain what would happen with your garden if you had, a black walnut tree near your garden, or you use possibly the leaves or the logs or what have you. And what I started to think, I'm like, oh gosh, let this may be it, because we were trying to figure out what happened. We thought it may have been the water, the quality. We had that tested. Right. That wasn't the case.
I forgot about that. Yeah. The well water. Yes, because we're on a well. So we had the water tested. Yeah. And the water came back fine. Perfect. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
So
I just happened to stumble across this video. And then once I heard that, I'm like, okay, hurry up. What's Google? Google, of course, is my friend. So I found out that black walnuts could be toxic to a lot of plants. So I'm like, okay, what happens is pretty much what happens to our garden. They will either not sprout, they'll bloom, and they'll start growing. And then all of a sudden it dies off. The fruit will die off. They'll get discolored. It just basically what happened with our garden. Mm-hmm. So my husband and I went into our backyard here, and we went to identify to make sure that this was the case. So we found the leaves. These are what the leaves look like. Mm-hmm. And here's
you can close up. Yep.
What the walnut looks
That's
like.
That's what the black walnut's like. And the thing is we used a particular method when we filled these garden beds up. Which is the hugel method, the hugelkultur method, where you kind of like layer the beds or the grow bags. You'll put, like, I put cardboard on the bottom. I put logs, like aged logs, and then we used a lot of the leaves and stuff and like grass clippings and stuff to fill all of these beds with, right? Those leaves was mixed with these leaves. This is what these leaves looks like, the black walnut leaves look like. So we pretty much poisoned our beds and we didn't even realize it. And the thing is right here where we put this garden, we only been here about a year. So we're learning while we're here. But the thing is we have 2 black walnut trees right behind the garden. One is over here, and one is directly here that you can probably see in the video if you look hard enough. It's right there. So those are pretty tall, and all those leaves, actually when those leaves fall, like on the ground here, inside of the garden, you can find the black walnut leaves. So on top of the leaves being in the bed, the fact that there's a chemical, what is it called? Juglone? Juglone. That chemical is excreted from the roots of the black walnut tree.
And the leaves.
And the leaves.
And the logs.
And the logs that's in there.
The branches.
Yeah. And the actual walnut. You know what I mean? So this is what killed our garden.
That's the culprit.
Right. So what we plan on doing probably this growth season is that I have the frame of a tent that we had got all ripped up. We got a new one, so I'm gonna probably use that frame. I'm gonna sit that inside here. We're gonna buy the plastic for the greenhouse, and we're gonna pretty much make everything, within the greenhouse. And maybe we're gonna have to refill some of these garden bags and kind of like start all over. You know what I mean? So this is what happened. You know, we're near Monty Garden. It's a beautiful garden. We love our garden.
Mhm.
So we just have to redo everything all over again. So this was the big lesson
Yes.
for last season. And we wanted to share that with you guys. So, it can possibly help you. Whatever homestead you're on, if you're growing outside, you need to learn what trees is around your garden.
Yeah.
Because that could be destroying your garden. You don't even know it. So, yeah, we have a couple trees on the property, black walnut trees. But that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we want to thank
lesson.
you. Yep. We want to thank you guys for watching and being with us.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And that's what we wanted to share. You have anything else you want to say?
No, that's it. That was just our lesson, and
Big
we're
lesson.
taking it as it comes. We're learning it as we're here, and I'm sure that's like the first lesson of many to come. And once we figure out things, or when we have an issue, we'll be coming to you, because I know a lot of you can help us also in the comments. So thank you.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Peace. We out.